Welcome Toastmasters and guests. Do any of you have sisters? As I was deciding what to speak on, my thoughts kept going to what or who I cherish the most. My sisters. Some would say my love for them is interminable. The order goes like this. First there's me, I'm the oldest. Then Laura, Carol, and Julie is the baby. And we're all completely different. I'm a CPA in public accounting. Laura is getting her PhD in Victorian literature. Carol is in medical school, and Julie is in law school. Sure, I was a typical jealous and bossy older sister, but I was also very supportive and protective of my sisters. And as we've grown into adulthood, I've noticed that our relationships have strengthened and in some ways changed. Growing up, I was the jealous sister. There's 4 daughters and 2 parents, so my parents' attention was precious to me. My dad loves to tell the story of Laura, number 2, when she was learning how to walk. My parents were in the living room watching her take her first steps, and at that point I was 3 years old and I was running pretty fast. And all of their attention was focused on her, so of course, what do? I run around, I come up to her and I flop her on the head and make her fall down and get a lot of attention on me. I was also a very bossy older sister. Growing up, we had this huge chalkboard in our kitchen. My mom used it to put the grocery list, important phone numbers, reminders, and just to-do notes. It was her way of keeping life with 4 daughters organized. In the summertime, I would line my sisters up at the kitchen table and stand up at the chalkboard and teach them math, my favorite subject. I would even give them worksheets that I would grade. I always thought that I would become a teacher growing up, but instead I embraced my love of numbers and became an accountant. I was also very protective and supportive growing up. I always chose my sister's side over my parents. Normally these were arguments like how late they can stay out, if they have to eat all the vegetables on their plate, or if they have a loser boyfriend. I think I became protective of my sisters for my responsibilities as the oldest. As the oldest, I was in charge of helping get everyone ready for church, dance practice, and school. And when I turned 16, I had to drive them to and from school and other activities that my parents couldn't make. I never really complained about this, though, because I kind of like being the boss and in charge. As children, we all developed a shared love of cats. My mom is a cat lover and my dad is not, plain and simple. If it were up to my mom, cats would sleep in the bed with you and they would eat in the kitchen with you. My dad, on the other hand, is a germ freak and thinks they attract in dirt. And he also claims to be allergic, which we don't think is true because when he was at work, Mom would let us bring the cats inside and play with them, and he never noticed. It was in those moments that all of us sisters became cat enthusiasts, really. And just to give you an idea of the stark contrast between my dad and the girls in the family, before vacation, we were eating at a restaurant, and my dad jokingly said that he wasn't going to have anyone come and check on the cats while we were gone. And all of the sisters, including my mother, started crying at the table, and we scared off the waiter when he came to get our drink order. Between the 4 sisters, we have 5 cats. My cat's name is Stitch, and he's my obsession. I have no kids, and he is my kid. He greets me at the door when I come home every day. He sleeps with me every night, and he lays on my lap whenever he can. My husband Ben and I even taught him how to use the toilet. As an adult, my sisters have been my sounding board. Their opinion means everything to me, especially when it came to my husband Ben. Ben and I have been married for 5 years, and he's also a CPA, and we met at Hendrix in accounting classes. When Ben and I started talking about marriage, I made sure all of my sisters approved. To me, this was more important than my parents' approval. Now that we're all adults, our roles have changed some. Yes, I'm still the boss of everyone, but we're all equally supportive and protective of each other. We help each other through moves, tough breakups, and bad semesters in school. This past summer, we all got together and helped Julie, the baby, move into an apartment for law school. We did not leave that apartment until it was fully unpacked and completely decorated. To some people, this would be a nightmare, but to us, that was just awesome and so much fun. I'm honestly not sure what we would do without each other. My sisters are such a large part of who I am. We've made so many memories growing up together, and we love reminiscing about our childhood. I look forward forward to making many more memories with them and speeches about them in the